Hello, I am Joyce Reynolds Sinclair, the chapter president of the Association for Strategic Planning U.S. West Coast chapter, and I am delighted to interview Kris Schaeffer today, who will be leading the ASP U.S. West Coast Dialogue Series, Conscious Capitalism, Applying the Four Tenets. Kris will address how an organization can use conscious capitalism to thrive in this four-part series, providing an in-depth way to drive value by enacting conscious capitalism. As a certified conscious capitalism consultant, Kris will bring her extensive knowledge and experience to help participants learn how to drive value and thrive using the tenets of conscious capitalism and apply this to their own organization. With a single registration, participants are enrolled in an intensive intact learning group that meets every other week in summer 2022 on Wednesdays at 4 p.m. Pacific, starting June 29th. Registration is available from the strategyassociation.org website. The four-part series has limited registration to create a true learning community and a modest cost for both ASP members and non-members. This series is a follow-up to two previous presentations about conscious capitalism, which Kris gave last June and this past February. These focused on the basics of developing and executing a strategic plan that integrates conscious capitalism and provides an overview that will allow this series to go deeper and faster. While certainly not a conscious capitalism certification, which takes at least a year of study and a juried project to earn, this series is a unique opportunity to study with Kris Schaeffer, a designer of the Conscious Capitalism Certification Program, and with a group of other committed practitioners. So let's learn a little bit more about Kris and what she will be doing in this unique and pragmatic series. So Kris, what are the reasons for strategy professionals to do a deeper dive into conscious capitalism?
Great question. We need each other. Conscious capitalism needs to be smarter about strategic planning, and strategy professionals can use conscious capitalism in the development and the execution of plans. Conscious capitalism actually needs to align with the wisdom of strategy professionals. Raj Sisodia wrote in the Conscious Capitalism Field Guide, quote, "Adapting a conscious capitalism approach can't compensate for having an underdeveloped strategy. So a company doesn't transform itself into being a more conscious company overnight. The journey takes concerted, sustained, and smart effort." So as an example, Interface Carpets took 19 years to become a more carbon neutral company. The journey is supported by wise strategic actions. So if strategy professionals are going to work to make companies more conscious, then they need to appreciate and use the tenets of conscious capitalism. The principle here is that what you change is how you change. And the CEO can't just mandate consciousness, purpose, and expect it to be done.
Wow. So conscious capitalism is a path to develop and execute a conscious strategic plan.
Yes, it is, Joyce.
Sounds good. So are you saying that conscious capitalism has different principles for strategy?
I will say different in the sense that conscious capitalism and strategic planning do use some of the same words. So we use words like mission, vision, and values. It's the same language. But when we talk about some of these elements, I'll say perhaps conscious capitalism has tougher standards. The first one I'll mention is a higher purpose. For us, that means solving a worthy problem. Purpose goes beyond profit. And so as a matter of fact, conscious capitalism believes that profit is not the goal, it's the result of solving that worthy problem. So we have a 5-point rating system that would evaluate companies everywhere from the lowest level, we'll call them bad actors, to level 5, which are more conscious companies. And perhaps today, only 15% of the companies would meet that standard of level 5. I don't know exactly because many companies are smaller or privately held, but we do believe that many companies are now striving to move from stage 3 to stage 4.
Okay, so given that then, how might a conscious company get a distinctive strategic plan?
Well, one of the things I call it is operating with 2 sets of books. One set of books will track the typical financial and performance measures, but there's another set of measures that actually evaluate whether or not you're reaching conscious goals. And these goals might be things such as the Net Promoter Score from your customers. It might be employee engagement because of your employees. It might be the reduction of a company's carbon footprint. There's a group, as an example, of one CEOs in Western Michigan who are working to improve their community and the economy and education there. So they actually have a real-time database that tracks 37 different measures, none of them profit. There are measures such as the reading level of their third graders, the percentage of college-going students, or the income levels of those families. What's important to a conscious company is that worthy purpose is built into the fabric of the company, and that they seek the conscious goals and practice conscious principles as a way of doing their work.
Wow. Well, these specific examples are quite powerful and will be very, very helpful to the participants. So in your earlier two presentations, you covered how conscious capitalism helps with the development and execution of the strategic plan. What else will participants take away from this dialogue series?
Well, actually, a deeper understanding of the 4 tenets of conscious capitalism: purpose, stakeholder orientation, leadership, and culture. Secondly, I hope to have more time to be able to dig into tools and resources in applying each one of those 4 tenets. For example, there's a stakeholder scorecard there, which is something that is unique. I also want to provide more case examples to the 4 tenets so that they become alive and you can see how to apply them in various organizations of many sizes or of global locations. The 4th thing is to build a capacity to use conscious capitalism in your organization, perhaps adding on to what you call your book of knowledge. And I think the other thing that's an advantage that is long-lasting is to be a member of an intentional and collaborative virtual study group.
It'll be fun and it will be very powerful. Kris, thank you so much for this short overview of what the Conscious Capitalism Dialogue series will be. Hope to see everyone there who sees this on June 29th. Please register.
Thank you, Joyce.
Thank you, Kris.